If you decide to use Photoshop for your final project and as a way to combine your two images together, there's a lot of directions that you can take this. So just a few ideas to consider as you're thinking through how to combine them or if you should use Photoshop. One thing, and the way that the video below walks you through, is combining multiple images with overlaying them on top of each other, like this image here on the right where you're able to see three portraits. That one in the back was stretched to be the largest with a low opacity, so it's kind of see-through. And then part of the face is erased, so you can see them overlapping in a creative way. Maybe you're combining your final image or your final drawing with the actual portrait photo that you took. So like this one on the left, how it's cut in half, maybe you could cut parts of the actual photo, make it look like parts are drawing, parts are the actual picture, and they're combined in a creative way like that. Consider as well using the paintbrush in Photoshop and just drawing right on top as a way to add color or maybe add texture in the background. So consider using like a splatter brush effect. If you have an idea but you're not sure how to do it, let me know and I can come up with different ways to get that achieved effect that you're trying to put together for your portrait. Something on the left is kind of cool, how you can take a drawing, so you can take your portrait and use a textured brush to bring it back so that it has kind of that rough edge on the outside like this image on the left has here. It's a pretty easy effect, but it looks really cool. So consider trying that out if you decide to, let me know. This one on the right is a GIF. So they're creating a little bit of an animation, which again is fairly simple to do. So if you wanted to create an animation out of your portraits, that's another direction you can go. Which the one on the left is another GIF that you can kind of see how you can change the value change, have that play or move around a little bit. This one on the right has a lot of different parts of the portrait that are cut out. So consider using the marquee tool where you can cut out different parts of your portrait, copy and paste things, change the size, play around with the overlay, and just think about the composition and how you can cut and combine them in Photoshop. This one on the left is just using a couple different paintbrushes, couple different colors, outlining the image just to emphasize some of the compositional rules. You can get more movement if you go this route. This one on the right too is just different ways of cutting things up. You can create shadows in Photoshop, so you can make it look like the pieces that you cut actually have dimension and are overlaid on top of each other. Think about maybe scanning different objects and collaging them in Photoshop. So this one on the left has maybe some different stones or jewels that you can take photos of, cut out, paste, and put into your image. Maybe you take a picture of the sky or a sunset like this one on the right, and you place that image on top of your charcoal drawings. You can lower the opacity or change the blending mode to multiply like the video below shows, and you could maybe overlay that picture and have a sunset behind your charcoal drawing. So think about which of these techniques could be interesting if you're deciding to go the route and use Photoshop.